Marriage. It's something that we all think about. For the most part, all of us grew up with parents in a household, either married or divorced, and all have learned the pros and cons of both. However, one may wonder if marriage is truly all that it's made up to be, and if it's truly something we should all aspire to take part in. Hello, my name is Kevin Robert, and I believe the topic of marriage is a widely debated topic and that plays a big role in our lives, searching for happiness and love. Today, my informative speech is on how marriage has changed since the 1960s. Marriage is comprehensive, sharing of lives, resources, and a union of minds and wills, hence among other things. In looking at a scholarly journal of marriage, I found two definitions of marriage that are important to understand in discussing marriage from the 1960s all the way to today. In a Harvard Journal of Law, Public Policy published January 1st, 2011, three respected professors from the University of Princeton and Notre Dame discussed two views as being one, the common, which is known to be more of a traditional marriage, which is more of a man and a woman who make a commitment to each other, an intrinsically opposite sex institution. Second view is that more of a modern day approach. It is described as the revisionist view. Two people, whether of the same sex or of opposite sexes, who commit to each other and share burdens of domestic life. Next, we move to the rules of marriage. Rules of marriage are such. Roles in marriage have changed due to a change in roles over the years, such as in the 1960s, there was a cultural revolution and cultural revolution and a rise in feminism, sex positivity as well. In the 1980s, people's bodies changed dramatically and lifestyle habits and eating and exercise became more aware of things. Moving on next to the economics of marriage. Public attitudes about the institution of marriage are mixed. 4 in 10 Americans say marriage has become obsolete, according to a Pew Research survey in 2010. In a scholarly journal titled Distant Horizons, Rachel Ochoa and Claire Cush, both professors at the Ohio State University, state that adolescents and young adults see marriage as a goal, but stable employment and financial security are as what most important. We look at the median ages of first marriage and how they've changed from 1960 to 2010. Shows men getting older, women getting older, and it's changing as well. One of the biggest things in the changes is the fact of women's wages have skyrocketed, and as well as the welfare policy, which exploded in 1996, which forced mothers to leave welfare to go to work, and it increased just more benefits for women, including tax credit, child tax credit, and nutrition programs and child care. Next, we move to same-sex marriage. Pretty big deal when talking about marriage as well. According to Professor Dorcak, in his article, Is the Constitution Only Libertarian and Not Socially Conservative? A Definition of Marriage, he states that the Justice Kennedy was the swing vote in 2013, and that he was also a pretty big deal. Actually shows America as well in 1994, to 2017 becoming more homosexual, okay with the idea, but he was a pretty big deal in that. Um, move to the divorce rate. The divorce rate, World War One, World War Two, Great Depression, etc. Divorce rates slowly decline. Some quick stats on the divorce rates. World War One, World War Two, Great Depression impacted marriage and divorce. People are rushing to the altar. It spiked after World War Two. The Great Depression is a pretty easy one. Fear of jobs and economic stability led to less marriages. Since 1980, the divorce rate is 1 in every 6 with college degrees. Divorce in the first 10 years of marriage. If you only have a high school degree, it's 1 in every 2. Moving to our last point, which is what's in the future of marriage. In an article, The Future of Marriage by Tammy Nelson, who's got her PhD in therapist and a sex relationship expert. She says that marriage is no longer defined by a gender, but by love and the desire to commit regardless of sexual identity. Millennials, suggesting year contracts and license renewal. Just like a license renewal, why not get a marriage renewal as well? And overall, my last point is that millennials are avoiding marriage because they associate it with money. They can't afford a ring, a wedding, a house, children, none of which have anything to do with marriage, except that all of these things are narratives society have made up and have imposed historically. Fairy tale endings with a running tab. And that is my deal on